back in Week 5. The Browns won a blowout in their last matchup against the Steelers. Can Pittsburgh get revenge? Find out next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Throwing on first down. McAllister firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
On first down, McAllister. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Does the big boy have the juice? The 20, 10, 5. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. On first down, it's Scott, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Second down and 8. Operating from the gun, McAllister. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. To throw on third down, McAllister. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down. Here we go.
On first and 10, McAllister. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Time to work. Let's go.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. We'll check on his status when we get back. Out to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Here's 2nd and 8, eluding the pressure right. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown! A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Extra point up and through, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Looking to throw on second down. McAllister, and he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. It's our time. It's our time.
Looking to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after is good, and it's now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check that. We're Mike 52 right here.
Back to throw. McAllister, and he will find Scott on the right side complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down. 21-0 our score after one.
We got 4.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Mike 52. Mike 52. Wild Bill. Wild Bill. Mike 52. Pick it up.
Looking to throw. McAllister. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Fielded at the 20. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Following the fumble recovery, McAllister. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. On second down now, it's Scott. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Throwing on first down, McAllister. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. McAllister. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, McAllister caught here by Griffin. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board.
And he returns this to the 20. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans, and that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. The Falcons trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head up to the Pacific Northwest. Check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. The Seahawks finally get that first win of the year, but probably not a whole lot of celebrating as it comes after 6 straight losses to start the year. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting Tennessee Titans. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And our statisticians gone through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Browns to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing to start the drive. McAllister. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
On second down, it's Scott. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. I hope you brought your left.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and that will come the offense as they take over. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care.
And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on first down. Scott. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On 3rd down, McAllister throwing right, and that's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, Almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run, too. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 35. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. McAllister going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Operating from the gun. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And now here's a carry heading left.
He's to the 10, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
On first down, McAllister. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get it in. Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Mike 13.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And to give this time to the tailback. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Browns are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point safely through, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 13, Mike 13. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, McAllister over the middle, complete. It's Griffin, and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on 1st down, McAllister, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McAllister. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out right around the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 13.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Hatch it. Check. Crunch. Check.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
It's your game, baby.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On first down, McAllister. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
To throw on second down, McAllister. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to